One. Good day, listeners all around the world. You're listening to the wide world of motorsports. I am your host, Mike Wallace,
James Jordan.
And the Eggman.
and you could be listening to us in a lot of places, actually. You could be listening to us in St. John's, New Brunswick on CFMH 107.3 local FM. That was a new one for us this year, playing out every Fridays at Saturdays, right? At 1 o'clock?
Yep.
Yeah, I always get that one up mixed up. CKMS
Because the
102.7
time
Radio
zones, of
Waterloo.
course.
It's the time zones, yeah. We're there sporadically. Sometimes let us know in the comments. That's 102.7 Radio Waterloo. The PMN app. This is a new one for us too, which is fantastic. We're playing on there. You can get it on all of your devices. I believe only in the United States right now, but I'm sure they are working to come up north of the border. Um, where else are we heard, Jordan? James? Running.
We're on social medias, first off. At
What
the
kind of social
WWFS.
medias?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You got some good stuff that you used to post on the Instagram that we like to relish off of on
You
Instagram.
mean
But we're
when
on
we
the
used to have
Facebook though.
racing?
We're on the Facebook. Yeah. We're on the Facebook. That's always our excuse though.
I
We're on
love
the
it.
Facebook most of the time.
Just Facebook, please.
Most of the time we're on Facebook. So we're finding all the
How,
best updates. We're sharing it through there. And stuff that we're involved with as well. We have a little fun on the side with some iRacing. We try to post that up there, and we like to post up some pictures as well that we take throughout the year and share that as well through our Facebook page, our monthly picture. That's so special. That's like what we're proud of here. Everyone listening is like their monthly picture, but we're so proud of it.
mm-hmm,
We're
mm-hmm.
so proud of it. So please check it out.
Yeah,
We're so
we'll
proud
get
of
some
this.
more.
This
They're
please.
fun.
We're so proud of our photos.
We don't have much to be proud of, so we
So
take
just
what we got.
something. And yeah, all over pretty
All
much
over.
every
You can
social media. I thought we
find.
were off of Apple Podcasts, and it turns out, according to Wallace, we're on Apple Podcasts still. So it's fantastic. Google Podcasts, Spotify,
Mm-hmm,
Pocket
mm-hmm,
Casts, Radio
mm-hmm. My
Public,
favorite. Which one's my favorite?
and then Anchor.fm as well, which is
Even though I
like a
don't use it.
generic page. It's a good generic. I like go to Anchor.fm. It's kind of cool, low key, but it distributes. And not that we get paid by them, but hey, if you ever want to do your own podcast, they help you out distribute it. So please pay us, Anchor. Please,
Speaking.
because our website name is too long,
That's
and
right.
while our
Speaking
host doesn't
of,
know how
I
or
don't know
what
it
our URL is because it's so long.
because it's so long and confusing. It's www. See, that's how you know I don't know what I'm talking about. I still say the W's, but I'm
Triple
I'm a
W.
20th century man living in a 21st century world. Triple W
Isn't
dot
that a Rush
the wide.
song?
Again, I do not know. I am. I think it is.
There's people out there that'll
Uh,
get it.
I'm sure. That's triple W dot the wide world of motorsports dot wordpress.com. The wide world of
Yeah,
motorsports dot
triple. Well,
wordpress.com.
I have to go over this here. Triple
See, that's how
W
bad it is.
dot the wide world of motorsports podcast dot wordpress dot com.
Dot wordpress.com.
All right. Yeah.
Wow.
And the reason why we're ashamed of our URLs because that's with the free trial. That's all they could give us, and we're doing this as a project, a self-sustainable project, of course. And we would love
Victims
if,
of SBF. Just
and
kidding.
and
Continue on.
and capitalism. And so we're asking people, hey, can you give us an email at our Gmail? Yeah, you see, you like that? Wide World
Yeah.
of Motorsports at gmail.com. So even more words at
Yeah,
the
but that sounds
same
more
words though.
official.
It's like, yeah, right. But yes, email us there. We'd love to. If you're a driver, if you're want to get on the show, we'll talk to you on air. If you're a business, you want in St. John or in Kitchener Waterloo or somewhere down south on the PMN areas, and you want to advertise your business, and we'll talk about it or whatever. Or if you're a radio station and you want us on your radio station, that's a good place to Gmail us at. So hey, you got it, you got it there, you got it there, Wallace. It was a pretty good intro. That was all right. You got that one there.
I have my moments. Well, this
You're all right.
is episode 39, week. I don't know what week it is, but it is the week of the 18th.
The week we
And
record.
before we go on to our 39, the week we record, before we go on to our pick of 39, we do
Second
this
to
every
last
week. We pick a
episode
driver.
of 2022.
Yeah, we seem to we pick a number. It always seems to be a cup driver, although there has been a few times it has been not a NASCAR related driver, but we pick a driver that
We try.
that the number reminds us of. But
Well, it's tough
the Eggman
because
was not able to join us last week for
Yeah.
38, and I wanted Thomas to let us know what his 38 pick was
Yeah.
because
we
he
had to
says
do it
he's
without
he
Eggman.
stumped us.
So
He says he stumped us. So Thomas, what was your
we
38?
have some airtime for him.
So I hear you guys assumed I was just going to pick Elliott Sadler.
Yeah. I thought I was.
Who said
completely-
that? I did not
thought he
assume
was.
that.
Really?
I did not.
I thought he was
Well,
going
no.
for it.
No, I wouldn't think that's too easy. That's low hanging fruit.
That is
Thomas, I
exactly
gave you more credit.
Ouch.
that is exactly what I said. I picked a driver who you have definitely heard of. Probably didn't know he raced the 38 because he only did it 3 times in the mid 80s. Alan Kulwicki.
Okay, sure. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Alan Kulwicki drove it for Bill Terry in the mid 80s, three or 4 times. And Bill Terry, if you don't know, is who he ended up buying his team from and switching everything to the number 7. So my 38 was a limited run Alan Kulwicki.
I like that. That's a good one. I didn't know he drove that car. That's a
Interesting
really,
pick.
really, really
That's
good one.
always a gem right there.
One of
The
my
Underbird.
one of my favorites. The Underbird is one of my favorite car nicknames like ever.
For sure.
Uh,
Okay, so let's go on to your 30. Who do you have for 39?
So this is a driver that you probably won't have heard of. He was a road course ringer for Chip Ganassi from 2002 through 2006-ish. Scott Pruitt.
You know what? I don't like you. I don't like you because that's literally who I picked.
Oh,
No
that's the
literally-
first
no
time.
freaking way.
Is that the first
That's
time we've
who I
had
picked,
one
yeah.
with the same pick on the Wide World of Motorsports podcast?
I actually I think so. Like through all of that, I think so. That's who I would have picked. That's a great pick. You do it. I know I have another one. I had to back up, of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
we-
okay.
Tell me.
We
Tell
always have
more.
backups.
Tell us more.
Okay, so yeah, he was basically ran once or twice a year for Chip Ganassi through the early to mid 2000s. Most notably in the red and white Target car at usually Sonoma, but sometimes Watkins Glen as well. I don't have any win or loss
Love it.
stats for him, but
I have a few
was my
stats
pick.
for him. Yeah, it's well. Right here, I get a few stats for him. In the 39, he drove 3 races for Chip Ganassi. He had 2 top 10s, and he had a top 3 at Sonoma, and he had a top 2. He finished in second at the Glen. So, and he led some laps. So, actually, not bad for such few appearances in a car in such a strong series.
yeah, those were absolutely the days of the road course ringer. I mean, they still do it now, but the 2000s were littered with them.
Why would they put him in for that? Like, was it like, was there a start and park aspect to that too?
Not usually. No.
No,
I don't know if I don't know
because there
where
were
that
start and
came
parkers
from.
there around that time that remember
But
you'd see on the broadcast they would be pulling down like even before the race started.
I think it was just one of those. There's a good bet he's going to do really well. They have an extra car. He
And they
probably
give him some
wanted to
seat
race. I
time.
mean, he was pretty. He had a pretty good little run there in the 32. Remember, he drove the 32 Tide car for a while, and that would have been Scott's most famous drive in NASCAR. Like he's got over 40 drives in this in NASCAR. Um, yeah, he's got 40 races, three top five, six top tens. Uh, he's led 36 laps. He's been total laps 7,300. He's been active from 2000 to 2008. So he's at a good stint. But I mean, his claim to fame is in IMSA. That's where he's got like he's on the record for most wins or something like that there. But I can't really pick a better one than Scott Pruitt because I do like Scott. Hi to my family at home. People who know who Scott Pruitt is will 100% get that. But James, who do you have for 39?
Number 39, there's a couple of ones that are obvious ones.
Nero Steptoe. I had him too. I had him too. He's
It's
pretty
tough
obvious.
for me to
Uh,
to not pick this one, but I might want to
Friday,
save this one. Come on, no, no,
Friday
no. That's what I'm
Hassler.
going with. I'm going with Friday Hassler this
Nice.
time around.
Sorry.
But for next time, I don't know. I got one to save for next season. I got one to save because I'm going with Friday this time. Raymond Friday Hassler, born 1935
Nice.
in the Grand National Winston Cup Series. He made his debut in 1960. Drove only a handful of races per year when he drove 21 races out of 49 races for Red Sharp. And he improved to 27th the next year, drove his own car in 1969 to 28th place. In the late model car at the end of the year, he scored a win in the second annual Snowball Derby, now regarded as one of short track racing's most prestigious races, as we've covered in the last couple of episodes. At the 1971 Volunteer 500 at Bristol, he was a relief driver for winner Charlie. I feel like I should be pronouncing this right. Charlie Glotzbach. I hope I'm not. There's gonna be angry people out
I'd
there.
have to see it. I gotta see it.
There's angry people out there. I'm not saying the name right. It was not an official win
Okay.
for Hassler, and it was only one of 3 instances when 2 drivers drove the winning car in a NASCAR Premier Series race. And what kind of segue is this into this? And Hassler died of injuries sustained as a result of a 13-car pileup during the first qualifying race of the 1972 Daytona 500. At the age of 36 and at the peak of his career. It happened on lap 19
Good die young.
when his 57 Dodge of David Ray Boggs blew his right rear tire, caught in the pileup. Hassler spun his number 39 Chevy into the infield grass before swerving back into the track and slammed to the outside wall head on. His car rebounded, and as it continued to spun on out of the track, with other drivers still piling into the crash, he was then broadsided on the passenger side door of the number 54 Dodge of Jimmy Crawford. The impact catapulted the car back into the wall, and Hassler was killed instantly from massive head injuries and neck injuries. And yeah, that is an unfortunate pick for the number 39, but in a tribute in a sense, because as we pick out a number every episode, and then and in cool ways we can turn that into something like that. Be like, hey, this guy made his way into the Cup Series through the old school way, right? Through working his way up,
Hmm.
and I guess that's a big story um, for the deal there,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
and it's also his son's also raced as well. So
Wow. Wow. Let's
Way to
see.
brighten, way,
That's why I like. Go ahead.
way to brighten the mood, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
That's why I
considering the
like
other
doing this. I like
39 driver too that had
we
his
get
close
to.
moment to that.
I
Um,
I like when we do this because we get
a
to
little history.
learn about drivers that we don't know. But
There's a
there's
bit of
quite a few
history for
notables in
everybody out
here.
there.
There's some quite big notables because we're never gonna get to all these drivers. Just guys like Junior
It's depressing.
Johnson, Dick Beatty I
Oh,
saw
so
in
this
here.
is
So
the
other big
last or
names,
second to last season.
big names.
What
No, I don't know. There's just a lot of
what's
drivers.
going on here? What are you saying?
But moving forward, Christmas is around the corner, of course. We were chatting offline, of course, about presents and different things that we got or didn't get for Christmas, and a lot of different auto related Christmas gifts and racing gifts and stuff that we got. Uh, I didn't get a whole lot of I didn't get a whole lot of Christmas gifts. I mean, that's wrong. I didn't get a whole lot of racing Christmas gifts. Uh, Growing up, I typically got whatever was given to me, and that's fine. That's how it was when I was growing up. But do you guys have anything that you
That's so depressing.
I it's funny. It is what it is. Like
I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to bring, but I'm not trying to bring a pity
I'm going
party
to
on
hell
myself.
anyway, right?
I'm
So
really
what?
not.
Oh,
Like, okay, so this one Christmas in particular, I remember is around mid '90s. Toy Story came out. Buzz Lightyear was all the rage, of course, and I wanted one. I asked my parents all year, like pretty much that this is what I wanted for Christmas. I don't want anything else. I want this Buzz Lightyear. So Christmas morning, I wake up and rush to the Christmas tree. And there's all these presents, and there's it's a Buzz Lightyear box. It had to be. I knew it was. And deep down, my soul, I manifested that I was getting this Buzz Lightyear. And this whole time, I'm telling my mom and dad, I'm like, it's Buzz Lightyear. And we get
oh
down to
boy.
it, and I open it up, and it's Gator Golf. So
How do they
I
feel the
was,
same?
what's that?
How do
I
the two feel the same?
Well, I never picked it up. Like I don't know. I'm a kid, right? I was a little kid. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know how
so
old I
sad.
was. But anyways, that's okay. I'm not upset
Did
by
you
it.
end up ever getting Buzz Lightyear at least?
It did not ever end up getting my Buzz Lightyear. Uh, that is okay though.
This is
It
sad.
happens.
Can someone
Yeah,
out
this
there
is supposed to be a
please
happy.
send
It's supposed to
add us
be
on
a
Twitter?
happy
We'll give you
episode.
an address to send it to. Just please send us or send Wallace.
No. Send
Send
that.
Wallace his Buzz
Please
Lightyear.
send
I
him the
don't want to
Buzz
send you.
Light or
Send that to
something
somebody who needs it.
or
You
a
send that to a
racing
kid who
gift.
wants a
No,
Buzz
screw
Lightyear.
it. Screw that. You need it. It sounds
Every
like
year.
you need
You know
it.
what? Every year I get to watch racing. We get to talk racing. That's the gift. That truly is the
Oh,
gift. Do you go?
yikes.
What kind of gifts? What kind of Christmas like
Oh,
racing
okay,
gifts
we're
did
gonna
you
play
guys
it off
get?
on us. Okay, yeah. I'll go for it. Oh, I'm looking at it right now too. So it was NASCAR racers. Y'all remember
That
NASCAR
cartoon?
racers?
The cartoon?
Are you talking crap right now on
No, the
NASCAR?
cartoon.
It was a
I'm
part
asking.
of NASCAR. Okay, it was serious. Okay, don't talk crap on it. I remember this was like probably 1999, 2000 probably. Yeah,
Jamie, can you bring that up?
this is a long time ago. 2000. It went to 2001, 99, 2001, and it was a cartoon which featured
I watched it.
it was around two NASCAR teams, Team Fast X and Rex Corps, and they were in the NASCAR Unlimited division, which is like, isn't that what's happening now? I don't know. The series, um, it didn't really go far because there was an ownership deal. Disney was buying over Fox. They acquired Fox Kids. Wasn't a part of the vision, you know. But hey, it was
I
the
remember
3D
this.
computer animation in it. I remember it was like it had 3D animation in it as well with the 2D,
You
and I thought that was
you
really
got
cool.
these toys here. I'm looking at them.
The
I'm looking
toy,
at you
yeah.
got these toys in a Happy Meal or something. Was it not a Happy Meal?
No, I didn't. I don't. I think I may have gotten those ones, but I didn't get those for Christmas.
No, I
Uh,
know. I'm just saying there were toys in Happy Meals. Jeez.
yeah, yes. Yeah, I thought you were
My
trying to like
goodness.
talk crap. I'd say
No.
don't talk crap on NASCAR racers.
No,
I
I
said that.
that's
Not
what
on
I
the show.
got. I got
Not on the
Happy
show.
Meal toys for
Never on the
Christmas.
WOMs.
Why
The
you why
WOMs is
you being
pro
mean?
NASCAR racers.
Sorry we
So,
didn't get like the big
and what
NASCAR
was
like
cool
you
on the
did.
show is there's sometimes real life ovals, and then they put like a futuristic spin to it. Um,
Yeah, it was very speed racery.
yes, so that's kind of what it was like. That's kind of what the cars were looking like. So if there was any, I wasn't saying there was die cast made, but there was. They tried selling it like there was, but they were plastic. So I got one. It came in a green box.
Plastic ass.
It was, um, the red dude, uh, Charger, Mark McCutcheon,
606.
204. And I
204.
had the souped
Oh,
up.
this
It
is
was
oh
big.
my
It was like a 184 or something like that. It was a big one. And I think I had a small one of another one. But there was a line of these, like different liveries on, like kind of like how it is now, different liveries on these cars. There was a few different drivers from all over the world. It was like
Mhm.
kind of aimed to be like international drivers, which is interesting because if you look at the lineup of drivers, it is almost kind of like current day. So it was like almost predicted some of the future too, but the cars are not as safe as unfortunately as these NASCAR racer ones. But yeah, I had the big one. It was cool. I forget what year it was, but it would have been around then, I guess, right? Would have been the late
Well,
'90s, early
99 to
2000s.
2000,
So I remember
2001
that. That was
it
pretty
says.
dope. Yeah, and it usually throughout the years, there's other stuff, random stuff too, like clothing or whatever else too. In recent years, my stepmom will get me like I got a my Dale Jr. Appreciation Tour shirt, and the '88, like the red '88 one, and I found out those were limited
Mhm.
made. So I was like, oh damn.
Nice.
So I was like, well, everything's limited made, right? But it's like, yeah, there's a number to everything in NASCAR collecting, but yeah. So that was me. I don't know about Eggman. If you're a little
Uh,
younger than me and
I am a little younger
Wallace,
than you
so
two.
you would have had a different.
Anything special? Anything that stands out as the biggest special thing?
Well, there's a couple different things actually. So, um, me and my older brother, being from I'd say a lower middle class family, in the early to mid 2000s, still had the veritable PS1 that we played the heck out of. NASCAR
Yes.
'98, NASCAR '99.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
love
where the
it.
whole
yeah,
that's honestly where all the whole thing
dude.
started. Um,
Yeah,
but
I love NASCAR '99.
we got this
Both. I
game.
had both of those. Played the hell out
Yeah,
of.
yeah, we got this game that some of you may recognize called NASCAR Rumble.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that
Y'all
one.
know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
Yes.
I've never played
basically
it, but I know it.
it's basically early Mario Kart, but with
That was
NASCAR
their foray into that. Yeah.
cars.
Roided up NASCARs.
It
Yeah.
was honestly, and it still is. I still have it. I still play it.
Oh,
It's
I
one of the most fun things I ever did on that console.
came out 2000.
So I think we got it for Christmas, but I don't remember. But one thing I know I got for Christmas is when I was 6. So this is probably 2004, 2005. I would have been in kindergarten. My older brother and I got NASCAR like comforters, like blankets,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh yeah, yeah.
that stayed in constant circulation on my bed for probably until I graduated high school. I don't know where mine ended up. My brother still has his, but yeah, that was they were like they had stock cars on them, but it wasn't any one driver. It was just like a generic NASCAR
I
thing, and
have
we
one just like that too. I got at a thrift store. It was like mid 2000s. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. So
Hmm.
that's the one thing that sticks out in my mind. I'm sure I've gotten other little things over the years, but I don't recall 100%.
Yeah, they accumulate. Yeah, I
Yeah.
try to hold on to my
Well, that's
my NASCAR gifts and presents and 90. Yeah,
well,
NASCAR
yeah. I
98,
mean,
99,
all that
which
stuff is.
was if synonymous on our early esports streams when I was using music. Play the soundtrack to that. Yeah, 98. Remember there's a cheat code in 98 where you could do paintball. You can shoot paintballs out of the front of your car and screw up other guys. You had to
I
go in
don't
the
remember that.
you
I'm
had to
not
go you
familiar.
had to go in the menu and you had to press all like the shoulder buttons at once or something like that in like circle or whatever in the options. And you'd hear a little sound
Hmm.
like an engine sound and that means it activated. And then when you drove you would use like R1 to shoot out the paintballs. It's a cheat code. Not many people
Interesting.
figure that out.
Huh.
And I remember in 2000 or 99 or 2000 when if you drove the wrong way, and then or whatever the cheap commentary from BP and Bob Jenkins, and I think there's an Alan Bestwick one too.
Oh no. So
The
so in
cheap cutscenes and stuff too.
NASCAR 99, oh there was one with a commentator from ESPN. I can't think of his name. He went to football later on. Uh, and he was part of NASCAR 99 as well,
Okay,
I
I must have
believe.
missed him
Maybe it was
because
NASCAR
I
99.
thought
I
I
don't know.
thought I just named out the
Maybe it was
only ones,
2000.
but yeah,
Was it only Bob Jenkins? I mean, I do remember him in it, but
one
I
had
thought there was
Bestwick in it,
another guy too.
but that was really
Really?
it around the time. Yeah, wasn't
Hmm.
too many, and BP was in the one as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Wasn't he in 99?
Classic games though,
Oh, great games.
which
Yeah.
we're always fans of as well. We always try to get
So
to our
speaking
gaming
speaking
sessions and our
of
gaming stuff. We're
yeah,
practicing on iRacing right now for the Daytona 24 ourselves. So
yeah,
it's interesting how over the years we get into this stuff and it just kind of sticks with you, right?
yeah.
Now
And
that we're going for our
our second
second
24.
24.
Yeah.
Which is sweet. So
So
we're busy
this
during the
week,
holidays, folks. Yeah.
yeah, this week has been quite heavy in schedule
Well,
releases, and there's been a
first,
couple.
and and this is people are listening to this on Christmas Eve in New Brunswick, so everyone listen to us. Merry Christmas as well, and and as well, and happy holidays, and see in Radio Waterloo when we air the next week. Can't forget to mention that before we get into it. I can hate to mention that
Mhm.
as we're talking about Christmas. Happy
Right.
holidays, everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure we would have got to that at some point through the episode.
Oh, I guess.
Um,
I don't know. I'm just trying to be
I,
jolly and festive.
golly. This week has actually been pretty heavy for some schedule releases. We saw some schedules dropped from Delaware Speedway, which is Southern Ontario, Canada for us. A lot of people know that track. Uh, Varney has also released some schedules in the past couple weeks. Uh, just recently, yesterday, we had releases of the Quick Wick Superstock series and the SRX series. Um, and
Some
the
early
APC
presents. Yeah.
series was released a couple 2 weeks ago. We spoke with Kyle Steckley about it. Our last
Episode
episode,
38.
episode
Yeah.
38, was Kyle, And we didn't really actually go over the whole schedule. We talked a little bit about some of the changes regarding lap counts. I'd love to just quickly run through their schedule, and
A
we'll
couple of them
quickly
are
look at
longer.
the
We found out from
quick.
him. I
Yeah,
thought all of
and a
them were
couple of the
longer.
quick. No, just only a couple.
Yeah.
And the quick Superstock series, uh, they usually run in conjunction with them, so they'll be meeting up with the APCs. So
Which kind
starting
of
with
made
the
sense. They were
APCs,
released close together within a week.
yeah, of course. So the APC series, of course, like 2022 will start 2023 at Sunset Speedway. I was not there for that one, but in 2022, 2021, and back, the APC series was always 100 laps. This year, they've decided to increase the lap count at some tracks, uh, as as you were alluding to. This was Sunset being the first race, Saturday, May 20th, is 150 laps, so 50 laps more than it has been in previous. So that's
Which ones were the long
fantastic.
ones? So that was one of the long ones. What was the
That was
other
one of the
long
long ones.
one?
That's the first race. The second long one comes on Saturday, August 5th, which I will be attending that race with at Sauble
Nice.
Speedway, 150 laps. So that's going to be fantastic. That's a fantastic track. And then it's really a three race, long races. And then they finish out their season at Delaware on September 23rd, Saturday, for 200 laps.
Which
That's going to be
is
fantastic.
wi- and with
Which,
also with this schedule coming out, and with the quick schedule coming out, and with these tracks coming out with their own schedules, we're able to kind of piece together the Pinty's schedule a bit. There's like 5 tracks that are already covered, and it's seeming already kind of similar to last season. Just a couple tracks to name off a few. It was I like we got I believe it was iCar. I think we got Three Rivers and Delaware. And what was I think the other one too was the one wasn't didn't Sunset release theirs too?
I
I thought that was the
am not
fifth.
sure if
And we're
Sunset has
waiting on
released their
CTMP,
schedule.
or maybe CTMP. Either way, uh, they're all figuring out what we've all kind of
Well,
figured out
everybody's
that in
dropping it
the
out.
Pinty's schedule as well in a way. So I'm hoping that there some more early Christmas presents are coming our way here for 2022, and then we can get
Well, quickly, I would
the
love to just
Pinty's
run through
schedule out on the Friday.
the Superstock series schedule, just because we brought it up.
Only 5 races,
They're running five.
obviously. They don't do a lot, which
That's
is nice and
okay.
sweet and simple, right? And
Yeah,
they accompany the APC series.
yeah.
On the big
They
tracks, I think too. Peterborough in June, Delaware in June, Flamborough in July, Sunset in August, and Delaware in September. So they got they got some good. I can't wait to watch those on YouTube. And like kind of like we were talking to Kyle last week. They're all a lot of this stuff you can watch on YouTube. It's not hard to find some of this, and especially at Delaware
yeah.
and Rogers. And we're hoping that I don't know if there's a schedule if there is a schedule for Rogers for broadcasting schedule if they're going to cut what they're covering at Delaware for next year or what's going on there. But hopefully that we'll get all these schedules soon. Because yeah, definitely with the Pinties, we're waiting. I'm waiting on the Pinties. That's it. So I can start booking stuff off. Because all the schedules for us will be officially out, and then I can start booking stuff off for 2023. And we'll make sure that we at some point we'll give everyone some. We should do like an episode of days to book off, like a heads up. Like these are the days. Copy it down.
I don't know where to go from here. I I was working through. You pause the recording. I don't. This
What?
is what I was saying. If you're gonna let me do it, let me go. But you keep kind of interjecting, probably out of habit. But I can't get rolling on anything. You're talking and move into something.
I was just trying to speed it up because we only got like 25 minutes left, so I was just trying to speed it up.
Well, I was
I
trying to
didn't
speed
mean
it
to.
up. No, but I was trying, like, I was working. That's why we said earlier, like, if I'm going to do it, let me do it. Just let me work through. And you keep, I think it's just habit because it's your
No,
thing.
I hear that. Yeah,
You've
you're
been the
right about.
host.
But there's a bit of that, but there's a bit because we got a lot to get to, and this is these are like these aren't a big. Yeah, but yeah, I hear you.
I know, but then I bring up like the schedule for this.